Hi, Dr. Mary Starr here, and today I have a great treat for you. I am here with educator, author, and creator of some incredible programs that can help you and your children, Dan Hagadorn. Dan, I'm so excited to be here in your home today and this weekend, and I have known about you for a lot of years, and I have watched you through the years, even before I had kids. And for those who don't know my story, I have an autistic son, and for a lot of years I just kind of was like, no, I can cure him with natural medicine and all of these things. But one thing that has been powerful in our home and that we've seen through multiple different therapists is primitive reflexes.
Yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit about primitive reflexes, not just for kids, but first what they are, but also for us as adults. Can primitive reflexes help us? So can you tell our audience a little bit about primitive reflexes?
Yeah, and it's a great question because honestly, these reflexes are essentially survival reflexes. They're encoded in our DNA to allow us to survive. There's about 70 known primitive reflexes. The work of like Dr. Melillo, Norman Deutsch, Michael Merzenich, they focused on 8. And so these 8 primitive reflexes are kind of, they're underneath a lot of things, behaviors that we see. Once these primitive reflexes are activated, however, then you start to see the magic. Here's the problem. The problem is that we're born with them. They're supposed to disappear right around 24 months of age, but in children with developmental delays, they don't. This creates a major problem that parents pretty well see right away. If they look at these primitive reflexes, then they're able to take them and activate them. Once they've been activated, they go away. There is an expiration date on each of these reflexes, which is kind of amazing. For adults, it's the same thing. It can carry over, and if they don't get activated, then they'll be retained. And when they're retained, then that's when we see the issues come up.
And so one of the issues is dyslexia, right? That primitive reflexes can really help with dyslexia. And whether we were going to some of the occupational therapists, some PTs now, physical therapists, but I even was at a vision clinic, and they were doing these primitive reflexes that I knew about. So it was very exciting because they worked with kids with dyslexia. You know, my son has a variety of things, but one is like messy eating, you know, posture issues, like, and you really dive into this in your programs and in things you have. Can you tell them a little bit about what you have to offer for parents who maybe have kids with special needs, or maybe they just feel not fully, you know, maybe they still struggle with dyslexia, or just even just fully being present as a parent even, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
So basically, a lot of times with these reflexes, when they're retained, they show up and they can look a lot like dyslexia. Kids will have a hard time looking at a whiteboard, for example, and then tracking back to their own page. They'll have a hard time with their eyes just tracking over a page, which a lot of times can look like dyslexia. So we found that when I worked at Brain Balance, that you work with these kids, and sometimes you activate the reflex enough times, it goes away. Other times, the kid has dyslexia. It's just, but it is nice to kind of be able to eliminate that as a possibility and drill down. Okay, this is what my child is dealing with, instead of kind of approaching it from, oh, they have dyslexia and there might be an issue with the primitive reflex. So that's one of the things that I think is really helpful for parents. And so what I do is I'm a middleman. I wanted to give parents something that they could do easily in their home and learn it if they want to. There are wonderful things that I recommend and programs that are fantastic. They're on the pricier side, but they're well worth every penny. The flip side is, what can you do in the meantime, no matter what program you choose? You could choose an occupational therapist, physical therapist, wherever path you choose. I wanted to have a program that basically would empower parents to do this in their own home with their kids and allow them to see results. It's kind of like core exercises for athletics, right? No matter what sport you play, you do the core exercises and it's going to help you play that sport better. So
it's really good. What I got so excited about is here I would go to this therapist and I would run here. It was our time. It was stressing me out as a parent to have to go twice a week, 3 times a week.
Sure.
It was costly, over $100 a visit, and some were not insurance-based. And I kept saying to them, I know these are primitive reflexes. We just need an online program where you teach us how to do this.
Yeah.
And you created this.
Yeah.
You have a program. Tell our audience a little bit about your program and where they can find that.
So basically the program is set up so that parents can, I show you how to identify primitive reflexes in your child. Then I show you how to do the exercises that activate those primitive reflexes. And then I also have guides that make it basically easier for you to track everything that's going on, and you keep a record of it all and see where you're going. Because you're going to do these exercises a couple times a day, 6 days a week. But once you get the hang of it, it only takes about 15 minutes a pop, and it's something that you can do with your kids, and you'll see results. One caution I'll throw in there, right around 5 weeks, you'll see a regression. And a lot of parents go, oh my God, they're getting worse. They're not getting worse. We always would say bad is good, good is better. Because what happens is they're reaching a milestone, they hit that milestone, there's a regression, they'll go back a step so they can actually go 3 or 4 steps forward.
Oh, cool.
So it's pretty amazing.
Cool.
And that's one of the things that the program does. And so I just created this online thing so parents could basically have access to that. And that's what I did.
Yay, we're so excited. We'll give you that information in the description so you can learn more and see if this program is right for your kids. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.